All right, let's get into it. There's a new kind of land grab happening, but it's not for territory you can see or walk on. It's happening right over our heads, a high-stakes race for invisible real estate that could decide who controls the future of how we all communicate. So here's the central puzzle. Why on earth would a powerhouse like SpaceX, a company that's literally blanketing the globe with its Starlink satellites, be going after a much smaller player like GlobalStar? Well, it turns out GlobalStar is sitting on a kind of hidden treasure, something far more valuable than just a fleet of satellites. The first clues about this started popping up in reports from places like Bloomberg, and they're pointing to what looks like a major power play in the satellite world. So let's break down what we actually know so far. Okay, so here's the lowdown. SpaceX and GlobalStar are talking, but this isn't about SpaceX just buying more rockets or satellites. No, this is a super strategic move. It's all about getting their hands on one specific, incredibly valuable asset that GlobalStar has. So what is this hidden treasure, right? It's not gold, it's not oil, it's something totally invisible that's all around us every single day. And it's the absolute bedrock of our entire wireless world. The prize is radio frequency spectrum. Yeah, I know it sounds technical, but it's simple, really. These are just the invisible waves that carry your voice when you make a call, that stream your favorite show over Wi-Fi, and that connect satellites way up in space. It is the essential ingredient for, well, everything wireless. Think of it like this. Imagine a massive network of invisible highways in the sky. And all our data, our calls, our videos, everything is traffic on those highways. Now imagine those highways are completely gridlocked, and you literally cannot build any more roads. That's spectrum. It's a finite resource, and that scarcity is exactly what makes it so unbelievably valuable. To really get a grip on the value of spectrum, there's a perfect analogy that makes this whole invisible asset thing feel very, very real. Just think of it as real estate in the sky. And this comparison just breaks it down perfectly. Just like land, spectrum is finite. They're not making any more of it. A license from the government gives you exclusive rights to use a piece of it, just like a deed to a property. And just like land, it can be bought, sold, or leased, and its value is skyrocketing because of demand. This quote absolutely nails it. Owning the right slice of spectrum isn't just like owning land. It's like owning all the best coastline property in the entire world. Everybody wants a piece, and there's only so much to go around. So why is this invisible land grab kicking into high gear right now? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of factors that has turned the once kind of sleepy world of spectrum licensing into a full-blown modern-day gold rush. You've got amazing new tech that lets your regular smartphone talk directly to a satellite. You've got 5G networks on the ground starting to merge with satellite networks in space. Then there's the geopolitical angle, a global race for communication dominance. And on top of all that, you have literally thousands of new satellites creating a traffic jam up in low Earth orbit. All these things need one thing to work: more spectrum. The numbers involved here are just staggering. I mean, in 2021, Verizon spent $45 billion. That wasn't for a new company or a bunch of new cell towers. Nope. That was just for the license to use a slice of the 5G airwaves. That's how valuable this invisible real estate has become. And make no mistake, SpaceX is no stranger to this game. They've already shelled out $1.7 billion to get spectrum from another company, EchoStar. This proves they're totally willing to pay a huge premium for this resource. It shows you just how serious they are about dominating this space. And this isn't just a SpaceX story. The race is getting crowded. Apple, for instance, already has a deal with GlobalStar. They use GlobalStar spectrum for the iPhone's emergency satellite service. So if SpaceX makes a move, they're not just buying spectrum, they're potentially stepping into a very interesting relationship with Apple. Things can get complicated. So let's bring this all back to SpaceX and GlobalStar. What does this specific battle for invisible real estate actually mean for the future of how every single one of us gets connected? So what's the endgame here? That's the big question we don't have an answer to yet. Is SpaceX trying to buy the whole building? The entire GlobalStar company? Satellites, ground stations, the whole shebang? Or are they just after the deed to the land, those incredibly valuable spectrum licenses that they can then use with their own massive Starlink network? But a deal like this is far from simple. For one, these are just early talks. Anything they agree on would have to get past government regulators like the FCC, which is a huge hurdle. And you can bet that other tech giants are watching this very closely. maybe even getting their own checkbooks ready to make a bid for that prime coastline property. And all of this boils down to one final massive question. This corporate land grab for the sky is absolutely reshaping our world. But as a small handful of private companies race to own these invisible highways, who is making sure they serve all of us? Who is really in control? That's what you should be thinking about.